Hello and welcome to DCP Live episode number 269.
Ooh, 69,
nice.
a sex number.
Nice.
The world premiere edition. World premiere.
The one where
DCP.
we watch the video game awards, so you don't have to.
No problem. Oh man. Yeah, we there could be some distraction today in today's episode. I mean, it's a big episode because of the 30th anniversary, but
really
also the Game Awards is going on right now, and they're dropping world premieres left and right. Be like, want to see my world premiere? Check it out, man.
Mm-hmm.
And they dropped a brand new Witch Queen trailer.
New
shortly
trailer just
before
dropped.
The show. So
That's right.
that was very cool.
That was spooky.
With live action
Witchy.
elements, which was cool.
Yeah.
Of our Guardian.
Yes.
I was like, who's that? Oh, Guard. So
Yeah.
Me.
And they're
So
all
that's me.
the
That's
trailer.
not how I picture myself, but hey, whatever.
The trailer was basically talking about the discovery of the fact that Savathun has harnessed the light, and they're like,
Yeah.
what is happening? This
They're like,
shouldn't,
no
this
way.
shouldn't be
She's
real.
a trickster.
Yeah.
You sure? You sure you saw that? It's like, yeah.
Which does
Well,
that?
It was Ikora and Eris were like in. It was almost interrogating this Guardian, right?
Yeah.
About
Yeah.
What they saw. Yeah.
Basically saying, I don't believe you. You're full of BS. Let's hear the
Yep.
details.
Yeah.
You know? Like, are you under the influence of Savathun, and you saying this because of Savathun, or did this really happen?
Mhm.
So was it?
Good
Why
question.
do you say it was our Guardian? Couldn't it just be a normal Guardian? What's like another
It could
Guardian?
be another Guardian, yeah. But normally it's us, right? And I was like, who is that? And then they showed the Titan in game crushing the ghost. And then she was like, looked at her hand in the live
Yeah.
action and was like, oh, so I was like, oh, so that is a Guardian.
Yeah.
That's a
Isn't that
Guardian.
the-
Yeah. That the lady
it
was a
is?
Guardian. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In her tower casuals, stopping by, giving a report.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
by the way, I crushed one of these hive ghosts, and it felt weird.
It felt like light. No,
I
a bit
felt
spooky.
things.
And it was. They also said that it was footage from the first mission of Witch Queen,
Oh.
which is very interesting.
Was it on Mars?
No, it's
It was
Throne
in
World, right?
Savathun's throne world, I believe.
Yeah, the ship. and
Yeah,
all
but there
that.
was a
Okay.
mention of Mars. I think I only literally watched it once, and it took me by surprise because I stopped paying attention as soon as I saw it was live action. Not paying attention, but like I didn't expect it to be.
You heard it here first.
Destiny.
Mylan hates
Right.
live action. He's like, nope,
No,
not it.
Mylan is the reason the Cowboy Bebop live action is canceled.
Yeah, he draws a line of
bad.
live action.
That's not it. It was millions of violence.
They said something about how it started with Mars.
Yeah.
So the first part was Mars, and then they teleported to Savathun's
yeah.
throne world.
So maybe we'll go to Mars to find the portal. To
Mars got some sort of
Throne
Vexgate
World.
technology. You think?
I'm sure there's plenty there.
Wait,
Black
Mars.
Garden
We
was
still got to
Yeah,
get to
Mars
that
is
point,
Black
though.
Garden,
this
right?
This season's still got to get there, right?
Yeah.
It's like
Oh yeah.
we've been taking a break this season. You know,
Yeah, right.
obviously the 30th anniversary stuff came out 2 days ago, but like this season's still got a story to tell.
Yeah, we got cut off from Savathun. She's like, I'm crystallizing, and the Queen was like,
I'm
stop
sleeping.
talking to her. Yeah, she's sleeping. Yeah, and Crow got all butthurt about having his entire past.
Wait, how
revealed
was
to him.
Mars there? How are they talking about Mars? Mars is gone.
That's the thing. Mars is gone, but Savathun's ship is on Mars, right? And I assume that's where we're
On
going.
Mars or where
don't know.
Mars was? Maybe it's in the space of where Mars
Beats
was.
me. What's wrong
Maybe
with
it's
that? I don't know.
ethereal. Maybe it's just the memory of Mars.
Yeah,
It's all in our head. It was all a dream.
It's a vision. The whole game has been a
God,
dream.
Just like Lost. Fucking A.
We're gonna wake up in our Guardian's bed before the collapse and be like, "That was a dream."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we'll go take a vacation on Venus. It'll be great.
Oh, that sounds
Get our
amazing.
budgie smugglers on. And our thongs, go to the beach.
Fair dinkum.
That's a
You know
solid
what?
fair
You're not
dinkum.
wrong. You're getting better. Getting better.
That's 3 shakes
Really
of a fair dinkum, if I say so.
There's a fair shake of the
Yeah.
sauce bottle.
Yeah, it's
You know
it's
what
exciting.
else was in that trailer? Clearly the Hive are cheating because he put up a shoot through wall and was not wearing the Titan exotic.
Oh, that
Oh,
prick.
that's some bullshit.
That
Typical
is- that
darkness.
really is
The
unbelievable.
they were Hive, but they looked different, right? Like
Yeah.
they looked like modified Hive,
Savathuned.
which hopefully will make them somehow different to fight than regular Hive or other modified.
Well,
hive
maybe
that we
that's
fought
part
in
of
the
it.
past.
Maybe that's part of like getting the light. Suddenly you can equip pieces of armor that have been imbued with light, and they enhance you. That's why we have different pieces of armor, different exotics that make us do extra jumps and stuff.
Do stuff.
This is all very important, and we need to continue talking about it. But first, Mylon, do you have something you need to share with us?
Yeah. Do you have a report?
Yeah, look, I'm running. I think you guys are almost ready to spread your wings and fly. Come down to get.
Am I ready to get citizenship?
Because I'm starting to run out, but I've got a couple. I've got a couple. These are. I think you'll know these. I'll be surprised if you don't. But
Okay.
Foster's beer. I know
so
that one.
this is a bit like an exam.
Delicious. It's Australian for beer. I don't know if you heard that.
Yeah.
The Outback Steakhouse. You get a bloomin' onion, you're basically Australian.
Word.
You know how some teachers
Prawns, though. Prawns.
You don't lose points in an exam. You get points, right? You start at 0.
Right.
Yeah.
You guys start at like -10. Okay, the Foster's joke.
Can only go up from there.
My mother said.
If someone's described as a larrikin, are you familiar with that word? What does that mean?
Sounds
Australians are described as larrikins.
Larrikins.
Yeah.
I have no idea what that means.
Really?
Yeah, I've actually
Loud
never heard
American? No.
Criminal Americans.
No.
I like
it.
it.
Descendants of criminals?
You guys.
Well, don't forget.
The reason why.
Some of them were criminals, but some of them were cops. Tefty, you should be familiar with them.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Right? There
Thanks
were
for the
cops,
clarification. I wasn't sure.
L.A. pop Americans.
too. L.A. American?
The reason why I think you guys get along well with Australians is you in your heart of hearts are also larrikins.
Okay.
Oh.
It sounds like something from Lord of the Rings.
We don't take things serious?
Larrikin.
Are they like, are they American expats who now live in Australia?
No, it's stop taking
Jokesters?
the LA. It's nothing to do with LA. It's a person who's mischievous.
yeah.
It's good. It's good. It's
Like a leprechaun.
well-natured, good-hearted.
The fact
jokester
that we keep bringing
playing-
up Foster's beer makes us a larrikin?
Makes us hilarious, is what I'm
Yeah.
hearing. It makes us hilarious.
Hilarious.
Comedians.
Some people might get rubbed the wrong
prank
way, but
flavor.
that's the sacrifice you get for comedy, all right?
Yes.
I only
Yes,
say it because I
larrikins.
know it warms the hearts of Australians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes them
It
like us
ingratiates
more.
me as one of their own.
The more angry comments, the better.
Yeah.
The more
Engagement,
inspired.
motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Engagement.
The inspiration is at its highest when you guys are the most annoyed at those comments.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's true.
Yep. That's how the system's
right.
set up. That's
Larrikin.
social media. Larrikin. I think you'll know this. But if I'm like, guys, I'll be back. I got to head to Macca's. Where would I be going?
Burger King.
McDonald's.
Yeah, what's this? McDonald's. What do you say? Drinking.
Mackers.
What?
I said Burger King.
Everybody calls it Macca's. McDonald's.
Macca's,
is like
okay.
Macca's.
Yeah.
Mackers. Okay.
Macca's. Yeah. Get a Macca's.
Interesting.
Let's say I drove past Macca's.
Yeah.
And then I
Who
need to
drives
do it.
past Macca's?
Oh, it's too much
You gotta
context.
get that fillet of fish. You gotta get that McDLT.
What if the McRib's
have a-
back?
Oh, you're not driving past Mackers then.
We have a pretty good question from Incurable Animal who says,
Okay.
can I be a hoon at the same time? Can you be a
Mm.
larrikin hoon? Can you be a hoony
Is
larrikin?
it like a hybrid?
Yeah. So a hoon and a larrikin share similar traits. A lot of crossover. A larrikin is probably a bit more good-natured, a bit more, nicer than a hoon. A hoon wouldn't really consider other
Nice.
people, whereas a larrikin's trying to be a class clown.
Yeah.
They want people to laugh. They want people to have a good time. A bit of a jokester.
Yeah.
So you could be both, but
But yeah.
you want to be a larrikin more than you want to be a hoon, to be honest.
Makes sense.
Good old
What
Bogan
about-
be a larrikin.
A bogan be a larrikin. Yeah, they'll share some of the traits. Bogans are probably closer larrikins than a hoon is.
Okay.
Because a friendly bogan would be.
Are there unfriendly
Friendly.
bogans?
Friendly neighborhood bogan?
Are there unfriendly
Yeah.
rednecks?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Like Oh no, I won't bring up family. Family
Well, yeah, my granddad, boy, him and his planet shirt.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
everyone's got one in their family, right? Like they're a little bit uncouth, but they're friendly.
The uncouth some bitch. Got it.
Yeah, you'd have the queen. You're like, someone very important might come to your house, and they would treat them the same as anyone else. Like, hey, you want a tinny? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's also lovable from that, that
Yeah.
perspective. They don't treat anyone differently.
Those are the best people to go, like, you go to a family, you meet them for the first time. Those are the best ones because they come across as a
break the
little
ice.
brass. Yeah, but then
Yeah, a
they're
little
very
rough,
friendly.
a little rough around the, that's
Yeah.
a friendly
Yeah.
bogan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got
Great.
it.
A bit rough around the edges, but they will treat you the same as everyone else.
Make you feel
Yeah.
welcome.
Until they get drunk and start talking about how white nationalism is the way forward. And then it's,
Well, yes, to be honest, yeah, like it is a roll of the dice because that's you're like, I wonder where this is gonna go. Like you're invested. You're like, they're very friendly. They've offered me a VB. We're getting to the back end of the Christmas party now. I wonder what kind of conversations are gonna come up.
I was just watching it because I thought the Duck Dynasty guys were funny. I didn't know that.
Oh, man.
All right, last one.
Yep.
If you were to chuck a Yui, what will you be doing?
Oh,
Do
U-turn.
a U-turn.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you got
Well, the
that one.
e-brake. Oh,
Yeah, that one definitely
So you
feels
call it a
more
Yui?
Every time it
universal.
snows, if you know what I'm talking about.
Chucking.
Chucking a Yui. Yeah, I've heard chucking a Yui. I feel like in my area it's more like flip a bitch more often, but
Flip a bitch.
Okay.
have you not heard that?
Really?
No.
Yeah,
I like it though.
Yeah, that's
Wouldn't that be flipping the bird or
no, if that's flipping a bird. Flipping a bitch is doing a Yui.
I'd be a
flipping
little
bitch is
afraid
throwing
if
up
we were
the
riding along.
dogs,
You'd be
dude.
like, I'm about to flip this bitch. I'd be like, what's that mean? Please explain.
Pump the brakes.
please don't flip the bitch. Thank you.
Oh man.
There you go.
Okay, I
Hey,
feel
that's
enlightened.
good.
Thank you very
Cool.
much.
We're learning.
When I was in high school, I had to get my car towed because I pulled the e-brake so hard to do donuts in the street that I got the e-brake stuck. I couldn't get it back down. So I had to get the car towed to the shop.
Classic Briar story.
Yanked it so hard he broke it. Had to take it into the shop.
Hey, before we get into Destiny news, DCP has a little bit of a world premiere
That's
of our
right.
own.
hell
World
yeah.
premiere.
World premiere. We officially have a merch store.
Yes, I'm
And
putting it up on the
not
screen right now.
only-
There it is.
Not only is it launching with logos of your favorite shows, I assume they're your favorite. Otherwise, why are you here? But we also have a Day One Warlock shirt,
That's
which
right.
is letting the world know that we've been stinky for a long time.
Someone in chat, while the pre-show was running, asked if it was covered in piss.
That costs extra. You
It
dirty
is.
bastard.
It is organic pee. That is true.
I especially appreciated it. Oh man! Shout out to Orcs and Croat for an amazing design. Like I think he knocked it out of
It's
the
so
park.
cute, man. I
Yeah.
love it so much. His art is really, really phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That is
really cool.
Nice.
It's
So,
beautiful.
You can pick that up now. You can go, what is it? merch.streamelements.com/DCP_live. You can go order your shirt. I have no idea if you can get it before the holidays. Probably not. But it's
Give
out.
it a try.
And
what happens.
if you do order it, it supports us, and you can always snap a pic and send it to us on Twitter if you do get one.
Yeah,
we
please
would
do.
appreciate that. Yeah.
Send us pictures.
So we got a
and
ton of t-shirts on there too. There's one for every show, including Firing Range, Retro Slot, Side Quest, and of course the DCP podcast.
Yep.
And they're all actually really cool. Ashley
are.
did a
I
phenomenal job
like
on them.
retro slot. That looks
It looks
good.
good,
Yeah.
right?
Isn't
It
that
looks really
good?
cool too.
Yeah, retro stuff. Great.
Yep.
I like
And
that
we're gonna
design.
be working with community artists
Yep.
on more designs for the merch store. So we'll be getting updated somewhat frequently, of course, depending how long it takes
Yeah.
to make amazing art. But
Exactly.
we will be working with artists. So if there's any artists as well that you would like to see us work with, you really love their art,
Yep.
let us know. Tag
We're
'em.
we're
Tag us,
commissioning and paying for awesome art. So
Yes.
it's really cool. And hopefully you guys check out more of Orcs and Croat art as well, because again, fantastic artist. So yeah.
Yeah. A lot of
Yeah,
colors
cool.
in that too. It's really nice shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love it.
So that's DCP
Wide
news.
variety of sizes as well, all the way up to 3XL.
There you go. Yep.
Looks good.
Yeah.
Looks real good.
So there's some stuff that happened this week, guys.
There is.
Oh, really?
Woo!
Yeah, Halo Infinite campaign came out.
I don't like it. I'm saying it right now.
I have
was
not
watching
even had a
Mylan's
chance.
stream when he was doing his mini review, and I was like,
No, let's not talk about it.
no, it's not
I haven't even had a chance to
I
play
only
that
played
yet.
like 2 hours of it, to be honest with you, because the 30th anniversary stuff has really been kind of
yeah.
like
Yeah.
taking up my time. Probably like tomorrow, I'll really get into
Yeah, that's kind of what
Halo.
I'm thinking.
I will say the first 2 hours there was a lot of me not exploring an open world, which I was promised, which was agitating me a little bit.
You get into it. You know, here's a 10-second review of Halo Infinite. It's a good game, but it's not iconic. That's my gut feeling. It's my gut response.
All right.
It's a tall order.
Yeah,
All you
that's
have
a
to
tough one
do
to
is make
hit.
an iconic game.
Yeah, you just got to make
Yeah,
an
that's all you gotta
iconic
do.
sequel to a
You
sequel
know,
to a sequel to a sequel.
Yeah, it's hard. I don't know if that's possible or not, but you know, I think that's the standard a lot of people judge Halo
Yeah.
games by now.
You know what's better?
What's that?
Infinite nays.
Nays?
Infinite nays. Nay.
Oh, the
Oh,
infinite
I was
nay.
like-
Like, is she just not
Stomp.
know how to say a D?
Star Horse stomps stupendously.
Oh,
Star Horse exalted nays.
Yeah. I
the
freaking
Destiny
love Star
character
Horse.
We didn't realize we needed.
Yeah.
Star
Yeah.
Horse is just so delightful. Like what an amazing character to add to this.
I love what they did with Zur. He is so funny.
Yeah.
Being like,
is that Zur though? Is that Zur who's speaking, or is
Yes.
this like somebody else controlling Zur?
You Sabathun?
the horse. I mean, the horse is controlling Zur.
Apparently, the horse.
Okay, the horse. Okay, because
Is
it
So I guess
doesn't
the horse
sound
is hilarious.
Zur's a
anything like
conduit.
Zur. Right. So his voice is not his own, right? Like somebody else is speaking through Zur, probably the horse, right?
Yeah, from the very beginning, he's always said
Oh.
that his will is not his own, and he's like merely
Right.
a humble conduit of all the Jovian people, the 9.
I
Yeah.
assume it's just because I don't think Zur ever had actual voice acting. He's only had in-game like dialogue like lines, right?
No, and he's
Like
always
idle stuff.
spoken. Yeah, idle.
Yeah, but just
Idle
like idle
speech.
chat, not like
Yeah.
what was in this release. I
Yeah.
just assumed it is meant to be Zur, but they've actually got someone in to do Zur's voice.
No.
Well, then,
I'm
you know,
not
like, they
saying the
just changed
voice
it, just-
actor isn't playing Zur. I'm saying these are not Zur's words. This is not Zur's personality coming through. This is somebody else
Oh, I get what you're saying.
behind. Like when he says his will is not his own, this is exactly what he means. He's not running a game show. This is somebody else behind the scenes using Zur's body and
Star
voice
Horse.
to make this happen.
The infinite nay.
Or yeah,
Star
apparently, yeah, Infinite Nay is apparently controlling him
Yeah.
to do this, which I've got theories on. I'll put a video
Yep.
out, and
The
got theories
Celestial
on-
Stallion.
We
So-
have the
Who-
lore
who
on
does?
that.
So everybody watching
Star
should
Horse
obviously
is-
watch Mylan's video, but if you
Yes.
want to tell
Obviously.
us,
But
tell us a
Twice.
Why
thing
don't
or
you stick
two.
around? You won't have to.
Just put it on repeat. And make sure
Just
you watch
go
all the ads.
hop in
Click
the
on the
shower.
ads.
Hop in the shower. Put on Mylan's video in the background to pay for listening to it. Here, there you
Yeah.
go. Easy.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, we'll
Every
go
time
throw a
you
like
walk
on it.
into a Best Buy, make all the computers in the Best Buy click on Mylan's videos.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
That's
thinking.
literally how I got my first subs. I went into every Office Works and just went onto all the laptops, put it on the playlist,
Went door to door.
let it run through the playlist.
There you go. Perfect.
Amazing.
Do you want horse law now, or you want to talk more generally
I
about?
think let's talk about it
the
because,
event.
like, yeah, it's interesting to know more about the horse than when we talk about the event and all that.
Yeah, because I think it was a bit of a surprise. It's basically a game show, right? It's a cosmic game show,
Yeah.
hosted by Star Horse and Zur.
Yeah.
And there's game
Classic.
show puns throughout. Yeah, classic. And there's no law book or anything that comes with it, so you have to read, just pay attention to what's been said, or read the in-game text on screen when you're going back and forth and visit Zur. But it is a little bit left of field, and I guess one interpretation is, okay, this is like non-canon. This is like a 30th anniversary, a bit of goofiness.
Mm-hmm.
But the other interpretation is they have put a little bit of lore to explain all the crossovers. And it comes down to this idea of the Paraverse. So this idea that universes exist in parallel, and the game show is in between those worlds, and it's allowing all these items from different universes to collect there, which is why you get Halo Master Chief's pistol or the Magnum and the battle rifle. So that they've sort of added a little mechanism for how these objects are appearing. And we assume that the other universes are Bungie's other games. So you have the Destiny universe, you have the Halo universe, you have the Myth universe, you have all those things. And Eternity is this place between realms, which is exactly what Xur says when you first load in. It says, this place is Eternity, a plane that exists between realities where the Paraverses converge. So all the Bungie games, all the different universes, and they're converging on the game show in Eternity, which allows you to get all the different gear from different stuff. So
love it.
Probably a bit more than just a bit of a goofy, funny thing. Like they added a little bit of a lore reason for why you can get
why they're having 30th anniversary. 30 years as a
like
company.
a Spartan Magnum.
Yeah.
And I guess you could say, because then you go, okay, well, who's the horse then? What's the deal with the horse?
Yeah.
And you might say, well, the horse is just one of the 9. That's definitely an interpretation, because we've seen the horse before in Trials of the 9, and we know the 9 controls Xur, so horse might be like an armed Kara wish gone wrong. They become this maniac horse, infinite nays, and now they're a game show host, right? One of the interesting ways to think about the horse, and this is what the video was I made, was the horse is Bungie. And they're running the game show, and they're letting us experience all their universes, and it's a celebration of all the different universes they've built. And there's a couple quotes that sort of supports this idea that the horse is a metaphor for Bungie. And Xur in that metaphor would be the actual game dev, right? My will is not my own. They're controlled. Like sometimes they don't want to give the community stuff because we write little shits and like, no, you guys are being naughty. But Bungie's like, no, give them the loot. They play the game. So there could be a fourth wall break here with Bungie being the horse. And there's the thing that sort of cements that is in one of the recordings, Xur says, "We are your hosts. The modest Xur and the horse whose flowing mane encompasses all timelines." So there's a couple quotes that says like the horse goes between all the universes. So who does that as Bungie?
Yeah.
So all the universes are the games. The horse goes between them. The horse is Bungie.
And doesn't that also confirm that the horse is not a part of the 9, because the 9 want to escape where they are, and if they had the freedom to go between everywhere, then
yeah, you could say that too. Yeah. There's also another quote that says like it sort of implies that the horse and the 9 are different. Like it says the 9 and it says the horse, and maybe they're different. And if the horse is going between all these different universes, well, I mean, either they succeeded and they escaped their reality, or the other interpretation, which is what I like, is the horse is Bungie. And when you start thinking about that, just listen to all the quotes when you go through, because it's all about playing their game and enjoying the game and giving you rewards and giving you loot and the horses, all the timelines, and then you think about Xur as a Bungie dev being controlled, like tongue in cheek, being told what to do. Yeah,
that's cool.
I think it's nice. Yeah,
I like it.
Also, Bowser in chat said Bungie has a lightning bolt in their logo, which we can call Charger, which is a horse. So the horse is a space charger, which is or represents Bungie, and the fact that the horse is the overseer of all timelines.
Yeah. And I feel like that's why the horse is so goofy, right? Like it's like
all the different lines is just amazing. Whimsical,
it's really
winny.
It's really, I love that Xur calls the horse something different every time. It's like the impossible horse, space horse, the exalted
Star horse.
There's different names for the horse every time he like introduces the horse. It's great.
Yeah. And the whole thing is about impressing the horse to get loot, right? And the horse gives loot to Xur to give back to you. Yeah. Participate in this big game. So.
And it's been that way since day one for Destiny.
Yeah.
Right? Xur was well, actually, I guess not day one. When did Xur first show up? Was it a week or 2 weeks into Destiny? Or was it the first?
Was it? I think it was first Friday, wasn't it?
I think it was
First
the
Friday,
first
Friday.
week. Yeah.
And
I think it
And
was. Yeah.
Gallahorn.
Was it
Yeah.
Gallahorn or was
Yeah.
Gallahorn the second week? I don't remember.
Oh,
Gallahorn was the second week.
yeah,
the
Gallahorn might
first.
have been
I
second
think
week.
Suros might have been the first or something like that.
That's why the Crucible is full of ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
Ping, 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 ping.
And then when the rocket showed up,
And then it
people were
got
like, "I'm
nerfed.
not going to waste my strange coins on that."
Exotic
Rocket.
Yeah,
slot and a rocket launcher are only
Yeah,
going to use
really.
once per.
Especially that Suros was so good that I think that made people even more so go, I'm not going to use a heavy. Suros
Yeah.
is amazing. Why would I
Well,
do that?
Yeah.
And also, it was difficult to come by strange coins. Like you had
It
your
was,
Nightfall,
yeah.
and then getting lucky
Yeah.
in various other places, hoping that it would drop.
What do you guys think of the new activities? You want to start with
Yeah.
what is it called? The
Dares of
Dares
Eternity.
of Eternity.
The game show.
The dungeon.
Dares. You're doing
No, no,
dares.
no.
Oh, dares. Okay.
I can't get through the jumping puzzles. 0 out of 10.
Why are you so bad? Get a crown, Mylan.
I don't know why we had to pick warlocks for this season.
Get a
Seriously.
crown.
I managed to blink through it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
It's
I
actually
also
pretty
The,
easy as a floofer because when you go up, you can kind of just like slowly floof over the thing instead of
Oh
having to
my
wait for the gap.
God.
Air dash.
I can't believe I'm
It's
hearing
cheating.
that from you, Watts. You've actually
It's cheating.
converted.
It's
You're
easy.
you're a warlock now.
Warlocks,
Yeah,
easy
you
to
have-
play. What do you want from me?
Only a
the
warlock
easiest
would
class
actually
in the game.
explain how that's easy.
It's easy. Warlocks are easy.
It's easy. You just jump downward.
Oh man,
It's pretty fun activity. You know,
I think it's cool.
Yeah.
I think it stands up with the recent activities we've had, the recent 6-man activities we've had. There's plenty of like stuff to kill. So even though there's 6 people in there, there's a lot of bounties that require you to score a certain amount. Like if you get the horse bounties, you've got to score like a certain amount. And my initial worry is it going to be just like a race to get this score? But there's really no problem to get the score and to get the kills with the weapons that you need to get them with, or whatever. There's plenty of enemies in there. It tends to be pretty fun. And then, like you said, there's jumping puzzles and there's decisions you have to make as a team, which I always find great delight in, is trying to open the correct
bet.
door so you get the blessing.
I still haven't got the blessing yet.
Neither.
No?
Yeah.
You just play
Always
with me.
fails.
It's literally always Vex. Just go stand on Vex. It's always Vex.
Huh.
So easy.
Okay.
Yeah,
yourself a
that's
crown.
good.
I think for an activity, it's really fun. If you
Yeah.
if you judge it by the other activity, like a seasonal activity, I think it's decent. It's a nice lot of a variation in there. I don't know if it's going to change each week. Probably won't. I guess other activities, seasonal activities change, but I imagine it will stay the same. Question mark.
Do we know
Don't know if we have more stuff.
what's the
going.
dates
know.
on the 30th anniversary? Is it like a month?
Yeah, is it a month?
I don't know.
I don't know if
I
it
should look
has
it
like
up.
an end date. Does it?
I don't think so.
No, I thought it did, but maybe I'm just making it up. I'm making things up on the show.
Yeah.
I really like the activity. I think it's cool.
Yeah,
it's a good 6-man activity. There's a lot of action. Like there's complexity to it, but you don't technically need to be super in sync with everyone for it to work.
No.
Because when it's too complex, it gets really annoying, and then people just leave instances, and you have dead instances because people just can't complete it. This one, it just seems like there's enough action. It's like, yeah, you kill stuff, you do the thing. Eventually, people get it. And it's fun. I like the game show aspect too. You roll the thing and Wheel of Fortune to see what enemies you get. And I actually really appreciate that.
I really like the game show feel of it. This is probably one of my favorite activities because it's so entertaining to listen to Xur going like, and we have some unwilling participants from our Stadio audience to take it. Like that's just fun to hear. And you've got the wheel, and I like the mechanics and jumping on the little if lit up areas that have like the melee or the grenade or make you jump higher. That's really fun. I love that there's a little bit of depth to it where if you get the Star Horse's favor, you take less damage. Your heavy regens constantly if you have Star Horse's favor. So I love that. And we have a legendary version, which was great. I really like it. It's just fun. It's fun to run it, which I'm glad because we all need rank 16 with Xur for the catalyst for Forerunner.
Right.
What does the
Which
catalyst do
Right.
for Forerunner?
you get a frag grenade. A Halo frag grenade.
Oh, that's
And
where you
you
get the Halo
can-
frag grenade.
And you can do the frag grenade jump from Halo. You use
Doesn't
the
it
frag
start with
grenade.
more
Way.
ammo, or am I crazy?
Mhm.
It's amazing.
Does the
Starts
catalyst
with-
make it start with more ammo as well?
I don't remember. All I remember is going frag grenade. That's cool.
Yeah. I
want
I like
that.
having more grenades.
I want that. That's great.
I haven't gotten it yet. I've only seen. I saw True Vanguard's video on it, I believe, and he was having a good time with it, and it looked fun. It's really
Nice.
good in PvP if it doesn't start off with 4 bullets.
Oh,
It starts with
even
8.
What's it called? Forerunner. Forerunner is so ridiculously good.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It
I don't know
doesn't feel
why,
like a
though.
sidearm to me. It feels like it feels like the Magnum from Halo.
It's basically
God
like a
pistol.
hand cannon. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's,
got
it's
incredible range.
interesting that it's
It
a
feels good
sidearm.
in the hand. Yeah,
Because
Go ahead.
it's interesting that it's a sidearm because it's it's a sidearm that is so massive for Chief's hands that it's like packed such a punch and it's got such long range. So I like that there's a little kind of background to why it's a sidearm that packs such a big punch and has so much range, because it's made
Yeah.
for someone that's 5,000 feet tall.
Yeah,
I didn't
That's
realize that.
if you read the lore tab, he has to Banshee has to rebuild it because it's too big for a Titan's hand, even. So he
That's
actually just
amazing.
the one you use is not the one you actually find in the cryopod. It's like a replica of what Banshee finds, and he like remodels it for a Guardian's hand, because the other one, he's like, this thing's huge. She's like, I can't, this is too big even for a Titan, and it shoots like 9.7 mils rounds or whatever it is, like huge rounds.
That's really cool. Like, it's interesting that they've, in their mind, Spartans are bigger than Guardians in this universe.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they would be, right? Because Guardians are just going to
Yeah.
be human height, and Spartans are like
Totally.
7 foot or whatever they are.
Yeah, genetically modified giants, essentially.
Mhm.
The mission for that was cool too. I know it was pretty short where you just did the Star Horse bounties, and then you had to go and find the area where the 7th column aligned. So I don't know if you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
actually saw the 7th column, but there's a pile of rocks that you stand and you collect something. And then if you look straight, it's got the symbol for the 7th column metal.
Oh, really?
And that shows you where to go to enter the darkness and collect
Yeah, it's
the
like a
gun.
proper like pirate hunt. You know, you got to be like standing at the right angle, and
Yeah.
like all the rocks, like foreground and background, if you're looking at the right angle, make the 7th column symbol.
It just came up with a dot that I had to follow, like a marker.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah, you
followed
looked
the
at the wrong
marker.
spot. Yeah. Yeah.
It took me to the wrong
You-
spot. I got the gun. How did it take me to the wrong spot?
No, like it's like I guess an Easter egg. Like the riddle is look for the 7th column, something like follow the darkness path or whatever. So when you go to that little dot, you actually have to face in a certain direction, and you'll see all the rocks aligned to make the 7th column symbol. And at the base of that, that's where the like entrance is.
Yeah, I just followed the dot. I didn't see that part. That's too bad.
Yeah, that's really good.
But even
Very
if
cool.
you just follow the dot, right?
Understand.
When you go up, you find the cryopod, and that's a cool Easter egg nod as well.
That's
I
really
just
cool.
liked it. It was nice. It was a nice nod to
Yeah.
Halo.
There's a whole bunch of Halo weapons that got added,
Yeah.
right? So we got the BR, which is called the BXR. We got like half of the Halo sword.
Yeah.
What else was there in there?
Does anyone else, when you put the BR on, all of a sudden like forget to sprint and you start moving around the map like it's Halo, just walking around like this? I swear, every time I put it on, I just stop running and jumping. I'm like, okay, I'm playing Halo now.
And man, does that BR feel good in Destiny?
It is.
yeah.
Feels good. It's a
Yeah.
good gun.
Feels amazing.
Yep.
But yeah,
then
for the
there's the
free activity you get, so Dares of Eternity is free, the game show 6-man activity. And you can get the BR from there, you can get the swords, you can get does Matador come from there, or is that the dungeon? I think that's the dungeon, right? I think that's the dungeon.
I'm not too sure where
Um,
Matador
Yeah.
comes from.
And then you get the trace rifle.
Mhm.
Yeah, and the trace rifle, legendary trace rifle.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
can run
Oh, I
the
haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, it's a first.
yeah, legendary trace rifle. And they get some pretty awesome perks on it. We've got a bunch of nods to Halo in the perks as well, like blunt execution on the BR is a nod to Halo. There's the perk on the sword, forgot what it's called, something edge. That when you switch to it, it has a longer lunge to it.
Massive launch that's happening right
Oh,
now.
is this what everyone's like speed scanning with now?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've also I was talking to Tomo, and he said that a lot of the perks are named after like Halo bugs, bugs that were in Halo. It's really cool. It's really cool.
That's
great.
awesome.
I love all of these little Easter eggs. It's great.
I wonder if they like talked to Microsoft and 343 to kind of like approve this, or just said, I mean, we made the
Yeah,
guns.
that's what
we
I
can make them
thought.
again.
Like, if you make a gun that is essentially identical to the Magnum from Halo C, do they have to get approval for that, or do they just go,
I don't know.
nah?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it works.
I imagine there's a
And-
line that they could cross, but
Mm,
it's not like an exact replica, and it's also modern 4K looking version with different
Yeah.
perks and all that.
And it's not called the BR, right? It's called the
Exactly.
BXR.
I guess it probably
I don't
fits in
know.
the same category as emotes. Like
Yeah,
emotes,
exactly.
Take
Yeah.
from pop culture.
Yeah,
But
I think
even
it-
things like the confetti mod, the head, like, it's the same sound, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it?
The grunt party or whatever it is.
Yeah.
the
Headshot.
grunt
I haven't
birthday party.
actually done it yet. I got to do that.
Yeah, I will be keeping that mod in the BR, especially because it doesn't need any other mod. It's just smooth. It's very good at everything. So I'm just gonna keep the confetti mod in there.
And
Does it
has
work in the Crucible?
hip fire.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, right. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. It's great.
Nice. Yeah.
You guys want to
So
talk about the dungeon?
Let's do it.
Dungeon.
Yeah.
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 We played the dungeon. Well, what's done it once already, and that the second
I did.
time I ran through with you and Tomo.
Yeah, I would say
Pirate
that
themed.
the dungeon is just as fun taking someone else through it because you get to watch them step on every button and die. It's great.
Oh my
There's a lot of
God.
booby traps. There's a lot of
So many booby
Mylon was losing his mind. He's like, "Oh, this is 7. You take away 7, that's 4. It means 4 buttons." And then he just steps on buttons and dies. It was great. Like Mylon's got it. He's figured it out.
he's in. He sees the system. He's
I
beginning to believe.
I absolutely love the story that they're weaving, and I haven't finished it yet. I didn't get a team together, so I've been going through it solo, which has been a challenge, but I've made headway. But I love the story that they're telling with it, of this like the player's mindset and how you become like a loot hoarder, and you're like, yeah, we're all in this together. We're totally gonna share the loot and split it up, and then eventually it's like, oh, it's poisoning the mines, and you getting the burden of the loot by picking up those engrams and all that. I think it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's like there's a fair few dialogue options that tells the story. I think it's like 11 from Wilhelm 7, I think.
Yeah.
is the name?
Yeah. Wilhelm? Is it Wilhelm?
Wilhelm. William.
His name's Willie. Good old Willie.
Big old Willie. And that also gives you the Galahorn catalyst too, so it's worth trying to find them as
Collecting
you go
all
through
those?
The
it.
catalyst is
Sorry,
it gives you the ornament.
Skin.
Yeah.
Ornament, sorry. Ornament.
Nice.
Yeah.
You can hear
Don't
it.
you have
if
to do
listen
the
carefully.
dungeon? You have to complete the dungeon to get the Galahorn at all,
Yes.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You have to actually, like,
least
it's part of the
once, yeah.
quest for the Galahorn.
Yeah.
Which, side note, how many times do I got to do a quest to get a Galahorn, for fuck's sake?
One
Give
more.
Galahorn.
Yeah, one more.
I mean, at this point, I don't think it's ever going away now because they're not sunsetting exotics, and so it's officially there forever. Yeah, but man, I thought from what I've played so far, I thought it's really brilliant. The just the setup, like the idea of going into the loot cave and like doing bringing enough of that like energy, the volition behind being absorbed in loot, and then descending into this crazy loot cave, like really cool.
Yeah, and it's like a salt cave. as well.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
salt crystals sort of deal.
Yeah. Yeah, I love
And-
the theming of it. It's great. And I love that they used engrams, right, for the debuff that you get. Because when you first start out and you're just shooting into the loot cave and there's just engrams popping out.
Yeah, you're like, what the
It's
hell's going
great.
on here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
And you like basically deposit loot on salt, this whole play on like
Yeah.
people getting salty about not getting the right loot. You get burden of loot or whatever it's called, and you
Burden
get to
of
put on a
riches.
Yeah, burden of riches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you got to deposit into like a salt pile.
How many
And then-
bosses? How many
how
bosses are there?
Just 2, right?
Oh, 2? Okay.
There's
Yeah.
the ogre and then the final boss.
I got within like 5% of beating the ogre solo. And I was
Nice.
pissed because my DPS
You
is.
little salty, Tefty.
I got salty.
You little
The freaking knight killed me in the caves or like
Oh,
the
yeah, they're
doors he
rude.
opened up. Pissed me off.
Oh, I don't want to spoil the next part for you, but
No, don't spoil
Next part's
it.
from my
I'm
f-
excited to see it.
my favorite section. There is like all Destiny dungeons or raids, there is a section that is not about DPS and is a team bonding experience, I guess.
The whole
And,
thing's team bonding with all those traps.
and the traps. Yeah,
My God.
yeah.
Let me tell you something. Going through solo and dying from those traps, that'll really
That's
test
annoying.
your patience.
Yep.
Process
I'm
of
gonna wait
elimination.
for a walkthrough on how to do this one solo.
I mean, it's great when you figure it out and you're like, oh, but actually, I'd gotten all the way to right before the ogre, and then I literally did the dumb warlock floof off the edge, and I was like,
Oh.
do I have to go back to the very beginning? Oh my god! And then there's checkpoints in there. Thank God.
We only got like 3 months left, and we're right back to hunters. Don't worry about it. Almost there.
I know.
Like halfway through.
Almost there.
I did have to. I didn't do it yet, but I do have to go to my hunter so I can get that that fabulous knit hat and sweatshirt combo.
You got to
Yes.
get
Oh,
all
yeah.
the armor. You have to.
Yeah, gotta.
There's the Thorn armor. There's the street casual stuff.
Wait, the knit cap.
Mhm.
Do you get that from just pulling the package that you get in the beginning?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
you
think
just have
so.
in the package.
So
yeah.
I have that for my
That's
hunter.
street casual.
Yep.
You have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God, because I was worried. I was like,
Yeah,
I,
but you gotta
pretty sure
you gotta do
as
the
you-
dungeon to get the Thorn armor.
okay, that's fine.
Because that comes from
Yeah.
there. And then there's the other armor that you get from
I-
opening the chests in Zer's.
I had to make
Witch-
sure that I could look like I'm playing Division when it comes to Witch Queen. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I was worried there.
I
for a
want to
second.
look like a really rad snowboarder.
Yeah, you look like a snowboarder. Yep.
As opposed to the warlock who just looks like he's wearing warlock stuff. Like, what's street casual about that?
I know.
Oh my God,
I look like
The Warlock?
I look like I'm from Blade, the movie.
He looks
Okay.
pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Also, Warlock's got like one of the maybe even the best ornament they have ever made for exotic armor. Have you seen the
What is it?
ornament for Phoenix Protocol?
Mm-mm.
No.
My God. It's just like metal wings all over your chest piece.
Is
So
it
if you
in
put-
the Eververse store? Or can I earn it in
It's
game?
it's in the Eververse store. But
Oh,
however,
alright.
this is actually a good way to remind people. Every week you're going to be able to get free bright dust from the Eververse store. Just so make sure you go in the store, claim your free bright dust.
How
Because
do I
it's
do
free.
that?
Freaking
Where do I get
freaking-
it?
You go to the store, and then
Uh-huh.
it should be right on the front page where you get to claim 700 bright dust.
So I go into the directory, go over to the store page, and there's
Yep.
a free bright dust right there. Just
There
sitting
it is. Yeah.
for the taking.
Oh my god,
Okay.
that is fucking rad.
Yeah, it looks great.
I didn't
Put
know
that
about
with
Can I
this.
get it with bright dust or is it silver only?
I think it's silver at the moment. I don't know if it's going to be bright dust. I assume it would be.
You know, it'd be really cool
It would be.
if I could earn this in game
Yeah.
Sorry,
it would be
Briar.
cool.
instead
You
of a gun
can't.
that I've already earned 3 times.
You're supposed to be salty, like the salt caves in the dungeon.
So I was like, well, I guess I'm playing well now and using this because this looks badass. And then you couple it with the
badass.
armor from Xur, the ornaments, and you look like you're from Dark Souls or something. You look like
Really?
a Dark Souls boss. It's
Okay,
beautiful.
that's cool. And
Beautiful.
come
Love
Witch
it.
Queen with the glaive, even more Dark
Mm.
Souls.
Oh
Yeah. Which,
Sabbath
by the way, we
Dude's
didn't
gonna
talk
be
about. They showed more of that. I don't think there was anything
Yeah,
new
more glaive.
in that for the trailer, but like, man, I've seen more of that glaive in action. I can't wait. I want more of
Yeah.
it.
Pokey
Yeah.
stabby stick.
Yes.
Pokey, stabby, shooty stick.
Yeah.
So good. So yeah, do you guys see
Yeah.
yourself playing the dungeon often? Do you think it's going to be
Yes.
a fun farmable thing once they
You'd be able to
fix the-
farm it.
Absolutely.
It's
Yeah,
bugged at the moment, but
From next week, they're putting in a hot fix, and you'll be able to farm it just over and over and over again to get everything you want. And absolutely, it's one of those dungeons where it's just fun. It's just a fun dungeon. It's just fun to run. The music in that dungeon is
oh yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely I will need the Thorn armor, need all the Thorn armor. I need, Aes Luna, 1,000-yard stare. I need all the stuff from
Yeah,
there.
so all the things that from the previous from previous Destiny stuff is coming from the dungeon, right? From Destiny 1?
Yes. Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
I'm
interesting to say, like,
loving it.
it's not like a prophecy type of dungeon. Like, it is a different type of feeling
Yeah.
dungeon. It does feel a bit more on the not casual, not the right word, but it's like a fun experience.
Right.
It doesn't feel as like hardcore as a
Yeah.
prophecy mechanic in any way.
I'd say there's a
It
lot
feels like
of,
it's something you could. It feels like something you could farm, which is
right.
what it should be because it's a loot cave.
Yeah.
So
Is a
I-
lot of,
I like
lot
it
of
'cause
slapstick in
Makes
there.
sense.
Yeah.
I like it as well because I like it being like that because obviously you do get Galahorn from there. So it makes me want to go, hey, let's go help, a couple, 3 people through and get Galahorn real quick because it's not going to take super long. It's a very enjoyable experience. It's not super difficult, but it's a very enjoyable experience.
Yeah. It gave me
which
the
I value.
the front part that I played gave me Wrath of the Machine vibes, even though there's no Siva.
Mm.
Mainly because it's in, the Cosmodrome and all that, but
Yeah.
But also the way you're going through the machinery, the metal parts and all that,
yeah.
and clicking switches and hitting old dials of things.
What parts of the 30th anniversary are free and what parts are paid for? I know the Magnum from Halo is free, right? And the 6-player activity is free. Is that right?
Yeah.
But the dungeon costs money.
Yep.
Is that the only thing that costs money? Just the dungeon?
Well,
so
and the streetwear
dungeon-
ornaments, you get those from paying money, right?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I believe so. Also that when you go to Xur's kind of treasure room, it's got the different chests for each class.
Yeah.
I believe you have to pay to open extra chests there, but you can so if you're free, you can do the 6-man activity and then open that one chest in front of Xur to get all the stuff.
Okay. So the one's like off the bottom of the platform in the
Yeah.
in like the gold. Okay.
What's in those chests?
Or the
All
other
sorts
armor.
of stuff.
The other armor
Yeah.
set is
Yeah?
in there. Yeah.
Is it set? Like when you open that specific chest, you get that specific piece?
the
It
ones
does.
around the room, I think,
It
are
looks
set
it,
'cause
yeah.
They have
They have a little
the-
symbol.
That
Yeah.
little symbol.
Okay.
Yeah.
For like a helmet or a chest
Helmet.
piece.
Right.
And then there's the mod one.
Yeah.
Okay.
They look like they're set.
We didn't talk
Um,
about it, but I love that room.
Yeah, the room
design,
is great.
Jupiter's in the middle. Like I love it.
I like how there's just this random anchor. Like, was this like Spanish gold from a galleon? What is this?
Right? Ahoy! Avast ye matey! Where did this come from? Yeah, I think it's great. I love what they did with that.
I assume there's a bunch of Easter eggs in that room. Is there? Like, is there stuff in that room from previous games? I haven't really looked
Ooh.
at it.
Good
Probably. Honestly, it was kind of hard for me to make it out because something's bugged about my install of Destiny on my PC where I can only get like the low res of Destiny right now, like low resolution textures and everything. So I think I gotta
weird.
uninstall it. I've had a couple of graphics card changes in my PC lately, so I might have just like a wonky graphics card driver. It might not be a Destiny problem at all, but I can only play Destiny at like the low. Like, even if I change the setting in Destiny to like high res textures, I only get the low res textures. So it's kind of like not particularly clear what was on the floor.
Huh? That's a weird bug. I think it's time
Yeah,
for
it
you
was
to
a
buy
weird one.
another new computer on top of the one you just bought.
Well, they got to send me back with the new computer that I already bought. I had to send it back to NZXT. I'm waiting on it.
Oh,
They're like,
man.
yeah, it'll be back in a week. It took a week for fucking FedEx to get it out to California. Fuck you, FedEx.
Whew. Well,
something we
yeah.
talked about last week for quite a while actually got actually fixed this week is they told us that Beyond Light is going to be free until the Witch Queen comes out. So that was nice.
Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
did they? I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was one of the pop-up windows. You know that you just
in game.
like, you went A all the way through.
Yeah, there were a lot of pop-ups.
I
There
didn't
were a
get
lot.
any
A
of
lot
them.
of pop-ups.
One of them said that Beyond Light is free until the Witch Queen comes out.
Wait.
At
so
which point it gets, most of that content is going to get what's it called?
folded.
Depreciated. Yeah. Vaulted.
Okay.
So that was nice because that was kind of a weird issue. Because if you had,
Was it Beyond Light or
it
Forsaken?
Xbox?
Yeah, I think you're talking about Forsaken, right?
No, I'm talking about Beyond Light because Beyond Light is getting vaulted.
No, Forsaken's getting vaulted. Beyond Light's sticking around.
Forsaken.
Yeah.
All right, maybe I'm crazy. I thought it was Beyond Light.
Been drinking too much
There's
Foster's.
a lot of pop-ups.
Okay,
that came
maybe
up.
maybe it was Forsaken. My bad. But that was we were talking about that last week. Is that no? It's Beyond Light, wasn't it?
No, last week we were talking about if the stasis being unlocked, and if you lose access to Beyond Light from the Game Pass, then you don't have access to stasis anymore, and how that's a curmudgeon in the gaming experience for Destiny. Chat says we have to barbecue now, Briar. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Fired
Big-
up barbecue.
Big changes.
Do you
Get a
have
fucking joke?
do you
You
have
original bastards.
do you have any butter
Sucking
and
off the
garlic?
tit of this old ass joke for like 4 years.
I do
Listen.
like sucking the tit of barbecue bar.
You're gonna have to butter yourself up with a little garlic and butter and onions for the saute. All right, overnight, please.
Sucking off this tit of this old ass.
Yeah. Okay. So Beyond Light is leaving Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah,
All right. I'll come back next week with more info on this.
I can't wait to be confused next week. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
So they didn't fix everything on that end. They kind of
so
fixed some of it.
Beyond Light is whatever. Yeah, I'll read this and then come back to you.
Oh man. Wait, okay. Do we know specifically what's happening with Witch Queen 4 changes that might include Beyond Light? Have they talked about that? Does that sound familiar or no? There's been
What's
so much
that?
information that's gone by that it's tough to keep track of it.
What was the question?
About if like Beyond Light's being folded in some capacity into the Witch Queen with the stuff like
Hold on.
stasis and all that.
No.
Yeah, so we don't know. So you're gonna have to at this point assume you just have to buy Beyond Light if you're rocking the Game Pass.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
But
30th
yeah,
anniversary though.
I'm loving the 30th anniversary, and it seems like the community is loving it as well. Generally there's this kind of happy atmosphere, which is lovely. I love new Destiny stuff coming out and people going, "This is fun, very nice."
Mhm.
Like
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
great.
New Destiny rocks.
Yeah.
It's great. There's the activity is fun. It's goofy, which is really nice. The dungeon is a throwback, but also just like super fun, and it helps that all the weapons feel so good.
Yeah.
And I want to grind for them. I want to get a perfect roll on the BR. I want a good Matador. I
Mhm.
want a 1,000-yard stare. I want AS Lunar. I want all the new armor.
I haven't gotten a bad roll on that BR yet. Like every roll is like,
know,
oh, this is good.
It's a good gun,
it's
right?
It's a really good feeling gun. The BR in
But
Destiny.
it's only got good perks. Like all the perks are good.
real good.
Yeah. There was also a huge Sandbox change that
Yes.
it's tough. For me, it's tough to talk about because it already feels like a big change in the game. So I don't have specifics, and I haven't gone through and like, done science behind each perk and all that. But seems like good stuff so far, right?
It
across
does.
the board, what
Yeah.
people are saying?
So a lot of the changes are just in PvP, right? So by playing PvE, you probably won't feel much of a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that 7-second respawn timer.
yeah, you will hear the 7th. Yeah, you'll feel that. You know what else you'll feel? The nerf to dodge. My
You know what's
lord.
fun?
Yeah.
Playing video games. You know it's not fun? Waiting 7 seconds to play video games.
Yeah. It's I don't know about that.
Wait, when did you get a chance to try the dodge? Once.
So I was on doing my Iron Banner brownies for my pennies. Are you not
she's
getting?
Cheating. She's cheating.
Okay. So are you guys gonna play Warlock for raids first? You better. World's first raid. You better. Cause I'm not. I'm not doing that.
What? You're
I'm
not supposed to play Warlock right now. You could be.
What?
You could be a hunter. I'm sorry. You're not supposed to play a hunter right now. You're supposed to be in a Warlock.
Hefty, if you want to play your hunter and have any chance of being ready for Witch Queen while also playing Elden Ring, I would recommend doing Pinnacles. Because I need to be at level for the raid ASAP.
I think you need to accept the fact.
Elden Ring.
You need to accept the fact that you're going to be a Warlock for the raid.
No, I'm going to be a hunter.
You got to accept it. You got to accept it right now.
No, that wasn't part of the deal.
It's a come to Jesus moment right now. That this is who you are now in Destiny.
Nope. The deal was to main Warlock. I only do Pinnacles because it only takes me like an hour to do Iron Banner bounties.
Well, you know.
But yeah, the dodge feels like ass. I hate it. So I've been maining Dragon Shadow since the beginning of Destiny 2. And if people don't know what Dragon Shadow does, so Dragon Shadow reloads all of your weapons when you dodge. And they nerfed dodge, but they heavily nerfed Gambler's dodge. Which when you're using Dragon Shadow, it makes sense to use Gambler's dodge because, you know, why would you use the reload dodge when Dragon Shadow reloads your weapons? So they've done a couple of nerfs to dodge before, but this one I was like, oh boy, I can really feel this. I can really feel the change. And it's like, yeah, sure, you can use the reload dodge, but then at that point, I kind of feel like I should just use a different exotic and make a different build. Yeah. Which then made me kind of sad because, you know, I mained Dragon Shadow for a long time, and now it feels kind of butch.
They killed the build. I get it. Yeah. I've been a Dragon Shadow main for years. Mm-hmm. And I just have to accept the fact that this Warlock lifestyle has poisoned my brain.
Poison the brain. Filled with piss coming out the ears.
And speaking of, one more little shout out to our t-shirt
our
right there.
Shirt.
With all the day one Warlocks.
Organic.
Organic, yes. All right. So Sandbox,
but a good thing about Warlocks, though,
yes,
is they fixed doing the Phoenix dive with bottom tree Dawnblade. You weren't able to slide after doing the dive for a bit. They fixed that. So my bottom tree Dawnblade's feeling great.
That's good.
Yeah, it's great. Sandbox.
But
overall, Sandbox, how's it feeling? Sandbox. Like, yeah, good.
It's feeling pretty good.
I think I've only really done PvE, so I haven't. You know, I only felt the hunter dodge a little bit, but I also wasn't using Dragon Shadows, so.
There's a trials this week, right?
No, it's Iron Banner.
No trials when Iron Banner.
Yep.
Okay, so next week we'll have to wait till next week for the salty trials kids to start talking about how bad this meta is.
Yeah, I haven't jumped into any PvP. I've only been, checking out the activity and the dungeon, all that stuff. So, but overall, it's feeling good. But I know that the PvE or PvP side is where drastic changes have happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only did one game. I just wanted to test out the new Magnum.
Mm-hmm.
I could tell you that I don't think I've died to Shadow Dive at all. Someone threw an ice crystal right next to me. I was standing right next to it, but you don't get frozen. You only get slowed, so you can back up a little bit, and then it doesn't kill you.
Beautiful.
Yeah, pretty great. Yeah, there's a lot less abilities going on, which is what we wanted. A lot less ability spam.
Do you think it's too much initially?
No, I think it's in a good spot. Yeah, it's I've actually been enjoying. So I've used solar grenades on my Warlock for forever, but I've been using Firebolt because it's got the much shorter cooldown. So you pair a Firebolt grenade with the Magnum Forerunner sidearm. It's great because it does more damage when they don't have a shield. So that the grenade takes off the shield and then you hit them and they're dead. It's really good.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think people are going to be complaining about abilities. I think Forerunner's going to be in trials. It's going to be
Just like
think they're
Halo
gonna-
CE all over again. That goddamn Magnum.
Yeah, but you know what? Let it play out, and then give us some sort of Halo Magnum inspired emblem, like they did with the laser tag when that came in. Just
The
let
good
it be
news is-
impressive. Let it be annoying. Get through it.
The good
Give us
news
an
is
emblem.
because it's special ammo, in trials, if a round
Oh,
is
true.
going long and you're like plinking and they're going back into cover and you're playing and they go back into cover, you're gonna run out of ammo eventually. So,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, I
kind of
haven't really ran out of ammo in sixes. I'd be interested to see how I have,
Yeah.
because you just kill someone in sixes and you pick up special ammo,
Mhm.
and you can just go on a murder spree with the Magnum.
so this is an interesting conversation. Forerunner, is it the new Telesto? Because there have been a mod disabled because it was giving the sidearm unlimited ammo. They've disabled
Oh.
Mechaneer's trick sleeves because of the same reason.
Nice.
Is it gonna keep breaking the game?
I think it's just
Survey says-
Telesto.
The Telesto team will have some company with the Forerunner team.
Yeah.
I think what's going on is
Somebody eat lunch with
Telesto is
finally.
actually disguised as the gun. It's the Forerunner.
Yes.
It's like the
That
Scooby-Doo meme.
Scooby-Doo meme when
Yeah.
it pulls off the mask and it's actually Telesto.
But if
Yeah.
people are choosing to use a Forerunner and then a primary with it over using a primary and a shotgun, I'll take that. Thank you. Yes, I'll take that.
Yeah, I'm gonna run battle rifle and Forerunner just to
It's
feel like I'm
really it's really
playing a Halo I enjoy.
Oh, ouch. Sick
A lot of
burn.
damage.
Damn.
Ooh. People are throwing their faucets at the screen as we speak.
Sitting up. What?
You guys want to do some Twitter questions?
Is that? I feel like there's more to talk about. Oh, we haven't even gone through there was a TWAB.
There was a
there a
TWAB,
TWAB?
yeah.
Yeah.
There was
Right,
indeed.
it's like, can we go to the
Yeah.
the game show yet? Is a game show the Games Award?
They just kind of go through like what's free and what's not free. So the free weapons, just to let you guys know again, is the Forerunner exotic sidearm, the BR, sorry, the BXR, not BR.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag not copyright.
It's a little X.
It's the Half Truths legendary sword, Retraced Path legendary trace rifle, Wastelander M5 legendary shotgun, and Pardon Our Dust legendary grenade launcher. All of those are free.
Cool.
Go get them. Get them.
Nice.
And then there were a lot of fixes, like to do stuff, those fixes. And then that's really it.
Yeah, it wasn't
That's
much
kind
of
of
a swap.
there wasn't much in the TWAB. There's a lot of just known issues. Here's the fixes. I think a lot of the highlights for me were the art. There was an art
Yeah.
by Hey Keber on Twitter, where there's a art of the Guardian saying, what you got there, Zer? And he's standing in front of the horse and says, a smoothie? He's holding a smoothie. It's great.
Oh yeah,
I love
Right.
all the art coming out about
Space
Zer
Horse.
and his
Mhm.
space
Star Horse.
horse. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great.
There are full patch notes for update 3.4.0, but we're not
Yeah.
reading those.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
We're not
read
gonna
a
go through
lot of
everything.
it. We went through a lot of it. What I would say is if you do want to check out the update, but you don't want to read a novel, go down pretty far and check out the grenades tab because it goes through every single grenade and their buff and also their new timer. So that might be good for you to kind of just figure
Yeah,
out.
it was a pretty big change to needs.
Yeah, it was a big change to it.
Yep.
And you can see that stuff in the you can see that stuff in game now because it will tell you the cooldown of stuff, which is great. But now
that's a
there
nice
was
change.
something in the patch notes that I found was pretty funny. I don't know if it's funny. I don't know the story behind it, but I found it funny. So it said under localization, Mexican Spanish Zer voice talent has been recast. Don't know what happened there, but he's been recast. So it's probably some really awful story where anyway. I don't know. Maybe not.
I hope
maybe.
he just got an awesome job. He's like, hey, Bungie, I ain't got time for you anymore. You're going to have to recast Mexicans, sir.
Don't know what the lore on that is.
What's the lore on Mexicans, sir?
You know what there was, which we could maybe just talk about next week, but there was that lore that dropped.
Oh yeah.
The
Yeah.
hot new lore.
I saw the same tweet that you saw, which was it looked like there was a a bug in one of the lore entries from Season of the Lost, and specifically the entry where Crow goes to Venus, which for me sparked a whole bunch of like theories and videos, clickbait content about maybe going back to Black Garden. But apparently just half of it was cut off. and now it's there. And it's worth reading. It's quite a long entry now. Do you have in front? Do you know what the entry was called again? Do you have it
I
there?
can find it.
Oh, it's been our messages. But essentially, I guess he was testing himself. Crow went to Venus to challenge a Minotaur because that's sort of how his story starts. When he goes to the Black Garden, and he refused to use the light. He was just trying to prove to himself he was worthy of a partnership with Ghost and a little bit of soul searching, identity searching. That's what I got. I only read it really quickly, but that's sort of what I got from the entry. Is he went to Venus to sort of rediscover himself.
I saw a
Soul
lot of
searching.
comments saying that they were crying, so I assume it was quite a sad read.
Yeah.
Or emotional read.
Well, initially,
You guys are fools.
The Ghost thought he was potentially like dying. Do you know? Thought that he
Mm.
was like trying to kill himself. But he was sort of like, no, I wanted to prove who I am, I think. So yeah, I'll probably look at it in a bit more depth and get that YouTube ad revenue. Tune in next week.
For the deep dive.
For the deep dive.
Well, cool. Oh, I think it's been a nice. It's nice to have new content to play. That's for sure. Especially after getting used to the weekly drip feed, even though we have complained about the weekly drip feed and how it feels at times. Once you get used to it, and then you don't really have it, you definitely notice it. And getting new stuff, it's like, all right, jump back into Destiny.
This
and there's
is
lot
a
of
well-timed update, right? Because with this extended season that we're in the middle of, because of the delay of the Witch Queen, like wait until February. Is it 22nd that it comes out? February 22nd? Is that right? That's a long wait, right? So to get this kind of around the time we'd get a December DLC is actually kind of nice.
Yeah, it's smart.
Yeah. We got Moments of Triumph. We got the 30th anniversary. We got Iron Banner and Dawning next week.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff.
There's Dawning next
Lots
week?
of
I totally
stuff.
forgot about that.
Yeah, apparently.
Are we baking cookies?
I don't know. Who knows? Probably.
All right. Well, Twitter questions, Briar?
No, you missed your chance. I'm not doing it.
That's the show, folks. Thanks for watching. Make sure to pick up a
Make
shirt.
sure to at Briar and say you are ready for some great barbecue.
Yeah. What's your go-to overnight saute and dry rub?
Mr. Goodbye says, now that the 30th anniversary pack is out, it seems like the perfect time to ask which came first, the chicken or the egg. I think there's science on this, actually.
The Star Horse.
The horse, yeah.
Yeah.
The horse's land.
I missed the
Exuberant
question.
Winnie.
It's all right. You're going to miss the answer, too.
Okay.
Mohegan 9 says, you can go back in time to kill baby Hitler, but when you do, all your memories of Hitler disappear, and all you'll remember ever is killing a baby. Do you go through with it?
Damn.
Yeah. Duh.
Here's the problem with killing baby Hitler. Right? It's like, this is a problem. Absolutely. Like that. I mean, that would suck. But what if you kill baby Hitler and something worse happens? Right? You change history in such a way that like everybody dies. It starts World War III as opposed to, World War II.
To be fair, if all humans die, the planet would be better off. So maybe it's not too bad.
How's that help me, Watts?
This
I mean, this
really
is
got
like
deep.
the plot line of,
Go bullshit out of here.
and this is the plot line of every time traveling movie ever. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be like, you should have
This is like-
left it alone. You destroyed the world.
Hugh Arun says, would you rather find a magical land in the back of your wardrobe or be sucked off in a tornado?
Wizard of
So
Oz.
That's
or...
What the
being
tornado
sucked,
Yeah.
being
I'm gonna
sucked
go
off
with-
in a tornado
I'm gonna
sounds
go-
pretty exhilarating.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
If you go based
Go
on the
with a
stories,
tornado.
go based on the
Hey,
stories.
what kind of magical land is this?
Well, I'm assuming it's the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe and all that, because it's
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
there's
remember
freaking
anybody getting
there's
sucked off
freaking
in that
wheelers
book.
in there, man. I ain't going in there.
Yeah, but you're gonna be like royalty or something, and Aslan's gonna be in there, and you're gonna be like, "You're a freaking
No.
lion, you're badass."
It's too much, Isekai. No more.
You think of all
I mean,
the witch and the flying monkeys that are coming at you.
Yeah, that's terrifying. I would prefer to have a sexual awakening in a tornado. Thank you.
Lots.
What if you were sold on a sexual awakening, but it
on a windy day, please.
turns out you're going to the Wizard of Ozland? I think you'd be disappointed.
Sparty for you says, if you could magically insert one Bungie made map from Halo, since we all know it isn't that easy, which map would it be? You can take one Halo map, put it in Destiny. Which map would it be?
Which one would play good? That's the problem.
I don't know the maps well enough.
I'd go hang 'em high, but they need to add more stuff in the middle too. So because everybody spawns with the sniper rifle, so they have to be able to split up the sight lines.
We used to play that with pistols only. It was a blast.
Yeah, exactly.
That was one of the fun parts about Halo that was so disappointing about Destiny 1 was that in Halo, you always had all these options for like custom making PvP matches. Like you could set how much health each player had. You could set which level you're going to be on. You could set which weapons they would start with. So much.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Forge came around. Was it Forge Halo 3 that came?
I think it was
Or was that
3.
Halo 2.
Right?
3. Blood Gulch? Blood Gulch might be fun.
Could be.
I played all the Halos as an adult and not PvP, so I've no memories of
You know what I really like?
PvP maps.
People probably like be mad at me for this, but I think Sword Base is a great map, and I think it'd
What
be
does Sword
that's
Base
from
look like?
Reach. That's from Reach. I think it's great. I don't know how to play with Destiny's verticality, but I just always like that map.
Atheon's Doggo, but it's the holidays, says, how scary would someone dual wielding heir apparent be?
Dual wielding? So double
Dual
shield?
wielding.
I mean, a single person wielding heir apparent is scary, so I don't know, twice as scary.
Dual
Yeah.
wielding? It's freaking
Yeah.
Master Chief?
Yeah. I see them
I
in the
did-
Crucible and I'm like, Puh! I'm leaving.
Heir
Yeah.
apparent's been fixed now, though, right?
But nerfed, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Or
fixed, yeah.
working hours is meant to
Yeah, that was
intended.
Mm-hmm.
Starscream S13 says, if you could have any gun from Destiny 3D printed, to scale, and painted for cosplay and or display, what would you have made? Any gun from Destiny 3D
we
printed.
already have those thorns, and they're pretty badass.
Yeah, those are pretty dope.
Touch of Malice would be pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if it actually like operated. Like if it had a motor in there
The
spinning
thing
the...
spun, yeah.
Yeah,
Chat to
that would be
Lesto.
pretty great.
Your
Yeah,
life just,
that would
you
be
get to
pretty good
Lesto,
too.
your life just falls apart. It's like some cursed object. All of a sudden, you lose your job. Your email stops working. Yeah, it's like.
And then they'll make a movie
about.
about you, like the Annabelle movie. So, you know, it's
Yeah.
not all bad. You get to be a movie star.
It's cool.
I don't know. It's hard because it being like true to size makes me want to go with an absolutely massive weapon.
Sword.
Heir apparent.
Ooh, a
Sword.
sword would be good.
good.
Like Lament
Yeah.
would be pretty awesome.
Or even the OG swords, the raised lighter, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. a sword
Whisper would be a
good.
good one because that thing has got to be like 8 feet long, right? That thing's got to be like a 50 caliber.
they have a model of Whisper in at Bungie, I think, don't they?
Is it like 8 feet
I've-
long?
It's
Oh, I don't
big.
know.
I've seen. Where was it? They had all their stuff on display somewhere, and I think pretty sure Whisper the Worm was in there. It's a big boy, or girl, or thing. It's big.
Big snipes.
Big
I
snipes.
can't believe you assumed gender on Whisper of the Worm.
I know.
You're so canceled.
You cancelled me. It's big.
Dreadnought says, we all know the phrase, it's easier said than done. Therefore, what's easier done than said? It's easier done than said.
Easier done than said.
Passing the old gas. Easier done than said.
Yeah. That's
a
good one.
good one, actually. Yeah.
All right, letting it rip.
Yeah.
That's
Pretty much
pretty good.
says it all for you, too. Self-explanatory,
Yep.
you know?
Oh,
I was gonna go with.
Go on.
I was gonna go with just about anything because, if you're someone who you think about doing a thing and it is incredibly awful and terrible and strenuous in your mind, and then you do it and you're like, huh, that was so bad. If you have that
Chat
kind of
being
brain.
2000 IQ saying silence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Easier done than said.
Oh, I like Toffs selling seashells by the seashore. Easier done than said. That's pretty good. I like that one.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Bright Lord Master High Marshal Stormface says, would you guys like to see Bungie incorporating more weapons themed from other games, not specifically Bungie properties? And if so, which games and weapons? This would be actually pretty cool. You know how like a lot of indie games like kind of share character models, so you can like you play as Hollow Knight in like other games and stuff like that. That'd be
cool,
awesome if like Fortnite does this. Fortnite has like other properties coming into their game. Like you can play Ryu with a machine gun because everybody knows he loves shooting weapons historically. It'd be awesome. Like if Bungie just kind of like
I don't know. I feel like the 5th anniversary is probably as far as I'd want to push it. Like I love Destiny's aesthetic as it is, and I would hate to like lose aspects of that by making something a bit too goofy. I think what they did with the Halo pistols and the battle rifles, I think is.
But just imagine.
I'm not saying goofy, but if they just had like designs inspired by other games, like if they had a bow that was inspired by Horizon, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It'd just be cool.
What if they had an ornament for the Doom super shotgun, the double barrel, in the game?
Yeah. What if you could get truck nuts on your Sparrow?
There it is. What if you can
I
put
would like
Crocs
that.
on your Guardian?
I would like Crocs.
Yes.
A Crocs synergizing opportunity would be pretty optimal in this space.
Yeah, when do we get the board shorts and the thongs? Board shorts.
Agreed.
Not those thongs, other thongs.
When do we get our budgie smugglers?
Budgie smugglers and thongs, mate.
Yeah, sounds good.
MTL Rocker says, no question, just wanted to say Fair Dinkum was used in a cheesy corporate training video I had to watch this week. Instantly brightened my day.
Amazing.
I want to know context. MTL Rocker, I want follow up to this question. I want to know the context. What country are you in? Is Fair Dinkum used in your country? I want a little more context.
Yeah, I would love to know more. That's great.
Yeah. You don't have to reveal who you work for, but give us a little something.
So maybe you'll get more people to apply. That's great. It sounds like fun.
Those training videos are like the worst, right? It's like they are fucking abysmal. It doesn't matter what company you work for. They're so generic and they're so stupid. And they're just absolutely the bottom of the grease pan of acting ability.
Yeah.
They're fucking terrible.
But pretty funny.
Axeman says, can we refer Star Horse as Butt Stallion from now on? Butt Stallion.
Butt Stallion is very Borderlands.
It's from Borderlands. I don't know. I don't know the reference because I didn't play Borderlands, but
Butt Stallion, well, it's the horse that Jack supposedly bought that was made out of diamonds. And then it's in Tiny Tina's DLC and all that. Yeah, I like Butt Stallion's Butt Stallion. Star Horse is Star Horse.
Star Horse is Star Horse.
Yeah. Also, Butt Stallion is more like it's not all knowing. It's more like a gag and it farts and all that.
A little bit of alliteration. If you could help out with that, like Galactic Galloper, like that kind of thing. Like we could get somewhere with this. This is a good starter. This is like a starter bread, but we need to bake this bread more fully, Axeman.
Star Horse. Star Horse is all knowing. If it's Bungie, it is all knowing about all these different universes with the gleeful stomping.
Quaid6 says, with the Magnum and BR from Halo fitting in so well in Destiny, what's another video game weapon you would load? We just answered this one. Blandy McBlanderson said, is the following event true or made up? Okay. There's a little history, guys. In 1184, Holy Roman Emperor Henry VI called a conference of his nobles. Their combined weight collapsed the floor, and they fell in a latrine cesspit below. About 60 drowned in liquid excrement, decimating the leadership of the empire. I'm
gonna go with true.
It does sound
like heard of
true
this
shenanigans.
It sounds so
true.
specific.
How would this have happened and I wouldn't have heard of it? This is exactly the kind of thing I would have been like, tell me more.
There's a lot of things that have happened in history that you would probably be like,
60 people dying in their own excrement.
Wasn't that just like back in the day in London? Right before the...
Yeah, this is just another day in London from all
just another day back in the
sewage
day.
problem.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it false? Is it not real?
Well, he doesn't actually answer.
Oh, we need to know the
Briar,
answer.
why would you even ask this question?
I didn't ask the question. I just read the fucking question.
You are the
put him on the
conduit.
barbecue.
Briar, you are the Zur of questions, and you're about to be barbecued, man.
Oh man, come on.
Be careful what Star Horses you follow, Brian.
Yeah.
Ryan says, do you guys think they should make it so you can get legendaries consistently in dungeons and raids? It's my buddies and my favorite content, but we can only run each thing 3 times a week. I understand making the exotics for each activity only available 3 times.
I mean, they've done that before. Like you can run Prophecy over and over and over again and just farm the weapons, and then this new dungeon you're going to be able to farm over and over again next week.
Right, but again, just so everyone knows, there was a bug. Bungie said, hey, well, it's not supposed to be this way. You will be able to farm it, but they're going to hot patch it next week. So then you will be able to run the dungeon over and over.
Yeah.
And I guess you get some autonomy in the loot room as well. I don't think there's weapons. There's just the armor for the Days of Eternity. Or the... What do you get from the loot boxes in...
It's a different armor set.
Different armor set, yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Blaze says, with the dawning next week, what kind of cookie do you expect will give us a Star Horse? Bonus points if you can come up with a name for it, too.
Cookie for Star Horse?
Are there any equestrian-themed cookies? Where's my wife? I need her input right now.
The tornado blow.
Tornado blow would be fun. Horse cookies.
You just give them an apple. That's it.
The windy fellatio.
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah. I don't know if they like apples. Maybe like an apple. The carrot cake. Maybe we just like avoid the cookie altogether and just give them a slice of carrot cake.
Oh, here we go. The brony banana. Brony banana flavor. Brony banana.
Wow.
Is that a thing?
I did not even consider the My Little Pony universe being tied into Star Horse.
Oh shit!
Wow. This blows my mind. Mylan, I'm gonna need a deep dive on this.
Yeah.
Full investigative reporting on this for DCP.
I mean, I feel like if I did a My Little Pony lore video, I would discover a new audience, but I feel like if you got something wrong with My Little Pony lore, like, aren't they like My Little Pony conventions and stuff like that?
Yes, bronies.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you don't want to get that shit wrong. People will track you down.
I think that the brony community is accepting and warm and open to new people. Even if you do get the occasional fact wrong, they'll happily correct you in the kindest of ways and invite you to their community.
Hold up. Mylan, are you telling me, as a PhD holder, that you wouldn't fact check your information and cite your sources?
Listen, as a PhD holder, I can tell you, you can cite whatever you want. You can make up whatever you want. You can cite. No one's checking nothing.
What about the bronies? They check
The
it.
bronies are checking.
They're
actually.
checking.
Yeah.
They're checking for sure.
A lot of doctors are bronies.
Yeah, it's a fact.
Bronies can be all types of people.
Yeah, probably powerful
Yeah.
people. Most likely.
If Star Horse
The
was
power of love.
interconnected, Star Horse was interconnected into the My Little Pony universe, I think that would be amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we get a Star Horse My Little Pony figurine? That would be extra amazing. Budgie Store,
Yeah.
hook that shit up.
Yeah.
Please
Come
do.
on, buddy.
True.
Solomon says, does Mylan Games know what a bird bath is in New Zealand drinking culture?
No.
Is it when you're sitting in a seat and you piss yourself and the seat forms a puddle around you? Like a bird sitting in a bird bath?
Like a bird
I don't
bath.
know. Tell me, before we get too deep in there, is there a bloody answer to this one or not?
Yeah.
No. It's a question.
Oh.
Briar,
There's got to be answers.
Why are you looking at me? We have been doing this for 6 years and I've never known the answer to every question. We make shit up. That's what we do.
I'm looking
There's
it up now.
there's a premise
Bird
of
bath,
knowledge behind
New
it.
Zealand slang.
I like the look. Go on.
Well,
Well,
and is it said to do with drinking? Because this one just says a quick shower that only involves cleaning private parts and underarms, a bird bath. But I think
Huh.
that's what they're talking about.
That's not
Maybe.
as disgusting as sitting in your own piss.
No, getting pissed drunk.
There's other ones I cannot say.
Can you not?
Stream, I can't find the answer. New Zealand slang. I don't know. Tune
Well,
in
while
next
you
time.
do the required research on that, I'm going to read the next
someone
question.
find
Ringo
a
the
New
Dingo.
Zealand person.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh,
Where the Kiwis at?
a New Zealot? Is that what we call him?
Oh, Kiwis. The Kiwi
Ringo the
bird.
Dingo says, if Mylan lost his lore knowledge when shaving off his beard as Samson lost his strength, what did Fallout gain when you glued Pope's beard to his face?
Ooh,
Mm,
a love of Taco Bell for one.
yeah.
Shame?
Deep desire for Taco Bell. I think lack of shame. Pope's got no shame.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
True.
A deep love for Red Bull.
Oh my god, I just forgot about that. Pope buying like a whole case and then just drinking them for the whole month.
He was giving away the codes on Twitch
Yeah.
or on Twitter.
Yep.
Cobalt says, in the spirit of Zer's latest game show with Dares of Eternity, what game show are you each confident that you could win?
Win a game show.
Yeah.
Australian slang. I'll definitely beat you guys on that.
I have no idea. I'm going to do Australian slang as well, but I'm going to hire Dr.
It's not a real
Mylan.
game show.
It is in my world.
Set it
In
up.
Star Pony made it real, bridging all these universes. I'm going to hire Dr. Mylan as my coach, and then we'll split the profit.
You phone a friend?
Yeah.
Mm.
I
Not very
could
good at
do,
game
what was
shows.
that? What was Fear Factor? I could do Fear Factor until it got to eating stuff, and then I would call Watson. 'cause
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure if she can resort to cannibalism, she can eat just about anything.
If it's a human, then we'll be okay. Anything else, a bit gross, bit too much.
A bug cocktail.
Too far.
Is there maggots
Yeah.
in
But
there?
all the other
Dude.
stuff they did always looked like wicked fun to me. Like every part of Fear Factor, always like, I would do that. That
Yeah.
looks awesome. Until they got to the
eating, yeah.
Until
eating
they whip
shit.
out the
Yeah, and I was
tarantula?
like,
Yeah.
no, I can't do that part. But I would pay like to go on the rides that Fear Factor had.
Good Lord.
It looked like fun. Drag says, do you expect a Thorn catalyst, and are you disappointed that there isn't one?
Disappointed. There's other Thorn
Wasn't
catalyst. Oh, sorry. I'm thinking ornament. Sorry.
I wasn't expecting a Thorn catalyst, so I'm not really disappointed because I wasn't expecting it. I kind of feel like, hasn't Bungie said that they want to just like have things make orbs or something?
That's
Yeah.
what Chris said in
And-
the
yeah.
interview, how they want to shift away from split those somehow, and they're
Yeah.
working on that. because it's a problem.
I just want to be
obviously.
able to make orbs with guns like Thorn, especially guns that ramp up as you kill things.
Mhm.
Yeah, I just want to be able to make orbs.
Yeah.
Flowrunner says, if you had to rate your experience in terms of difficulty with the new dungeon to others in the game, where would it be on your list?
It's above a strike and below prophecy dungeon. In between them.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the middle.
I haven't tried the
factor is
solo.
very
I
high.
haven't tried the solo floors attempts yet, but I think it's going to be the easiest solo floors, with the exception of maybe one section.
Yeah, hard to
I
say.
think. Yeah.
It's definitely
I'm
on the
giving it a shot,
easier
yeah.
side. It's the easier, but I would say probably a bit more fun than a lot of.
Hmm.
I like
Yeah.
it. It's
They don't
fun.
want to put Galahorn behind an ultra difficult dungeon.
No.
It's gonna piss off a lot of people. So they knew that it needed to be grindable and also just relatively friendly to get people in. Have a few laughs over you hitting a button and dying.
James Carey says, what are the acceptable pronunciations of Yallarhorn? Is it Galyahorn, Gallarhorn, or Yallarhorn?
Remember when we had
Galahorn?
someone on Planet Destiny podcast give us the proper pronunciation, and it was like Kajetlahorn?
Yeah, it was hard
Yeah.
to say. And we
I was like,
promptly ignored that advice.
We got that information, and then it was like, man, I think I'm gonna keep calling Galahorn.
Galahorn. Yeah.
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 I flip-flop between Galahorn and Yallarhorn, depending on my mood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely call it Galahorn, but it should be Yellowhorn, right? Or whatever you said.
It's like the horn.
I think because you
Kinda hard
shorten
to
it to
say.
Galley as well. I think Galley.
Yeah.
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 Yallarhorn sounds like you're yelping or yowling or yelling, and Galahorn sounds more like a thud, like galley.
It reminds me
Galahorn.
of Gallant for some reason.
Yeah, like gallon. I don't know.
GIF or GIF?
GIF.
Gif.
Don't care what the
Galahorn.
creator says.
Galahorn.
Zachary Richard says, what's everyone's favorite way to consume a potato? Chips, fries, mashed, baked? Eat
Yeah,
Ooh,
all
I
of
have
it.
a lot. Yeah, potatoes are just good, man.
Yeah.
What's your
They're
favorite,
just
though?
good.
You put your
Gotta pick.
options on a wheel, you spin it, whatever it lands on, you're good to go. Delicious.
Yeah, I kind of love all potatoes.
I don't like
Hipster.
chips. I don't like potato chips. And I kind of don't like French fries that
Wait.
much.
Oh, you're
So
talking
I'm
about chips,
gonna
not
go with-
fries. Right.
He doesn't like either, Mylan.
Yeah, I
Both
don't
of
really like either.
You don't have fries?
them. No.
Can you
He doesn't.
imagine
Like,
not
they're-
liking French
I'm not gonna
fries?
like. I'm gonna say like if I'm at McDonald's and like the meal comes with fries, I'm gonna eat them, but I don't like seek out French fries. Like I know people who like really like French fries. I'm like, if there's an option in a restaurant, like you get a burger at a restaurant and there's an option of like anything else, like onion rings or salad or anything else, I'm always gonna choose something else.
You have a salad over French fries.
Absolutely.
And you wonder why we're going to eat you.
'Cause you're so healthy,
him.
Briar. No
Eat him
fries
now.
in that body. Healthy greens.
We got to get him more fries. We got to fatten him up for the kill.
I think COVID has done that well enough. Sitting here, not doing anything. James Carey says, what D1 iconic or classic weapon should be next in line to be brought to Destiny 2? Are there any left?
Yeah, Fabian
There's,
strategy.
Regs
really,
from
real
it.
answer, please.
What do you got against Fabian strategy, man? Hmm?
A lot of people want Zalo
The only
Supercell back.
reason you remember that weapon is because you had to review it
I
twice.
did. I did, and it sucked.
That's the only
Having to-
reason you remember that one.
Having to get
Nobody
footage
else
of
remembers
that crap ass gun. Oh my god. I couldn't believe it. I was like, how is this an exotic and it's exclusive to the Titan? It's like, here's your
You just said
exclusive
Fabian
turd.
strategy. Everybody listening just said, What? Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Tlaloc, on the other hand, that thing was awesome.
It was.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I was.
I would first curse.
First curse, him.
Oh, Ace of
sorry.
Spades was the hunter one, right?
Oh, it wasn't first curse.
And first curse was for everyone, I think.
Oh, Ace
Okay.
of Spades, yeah.
First
Yeah, one of those
curse.
two.
I would love first curse back. That was a punchy Hankin.
Mm-hmm.
What was the
I want
8K
Icebreaker
that
back.
shot
I'll be
lightning?
honest. They're
Zalo
playing
Super Stuff?
C.
Yeah, that was good. That was my favorite.
Yeah,
That was a
Zalo
good
was
one.
great.
Yeah, that was a
You
fun
know,
one.
whenever I bring or I had brought up that in the past, people would say, "Well, Risk Runner is Zalo Supercell." Do you guys think that? Do you feel like that's Zalo?
Nah,
Yeah, it's pretty close.
it's
Yeah?
close, but it's not. It's not it. And a lot of times they bring back Destiny 1 guns and they just flat out change them, which makes me wonder, why did you even bother bringing it back? Why didn't you just call it something new if it's going to be a different gun? But so I don't make the game. I just play it.
Yeah.
Anyhow. Friendly awesome dude man says, do you think there's a chance we might get a 12-player activity in which Queen or beyond?
A chance. I think
12?
as long
No.
as there's past gen or old gen that they're supporting, I don't think they're going to do beyond it, because I think the game already struggles with like 9 players in public zones. You know what I mean?
Really? I mean, we got 12 people in Crucible.
Yeah, but that's Crucible. You're not handling AI for enemies and bigger maps and all that. When it comes to Patrol, I think the 9-player limit has to do with the hardware's capability of processing for the network and all that. So maybe once they drop that, they'd be able to have truly big populations. You know, like when you get the tower maxed out, you can have weird lag happen or weird glitches happen on old gen in the tower.
Yeah.
I think that's a product of like the processor not being able to calculate all the network information. So maybe once they drop old school, then they'd have like 24-player patrols or something.
When do you guys think they're going to drop PS4 and Xbox One?
I think it's at least 2 years out, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say 2 years.
Yeah, that's about right to me too.
Man, Game Awards.
Pretty
Right. They're showing a new Elden Ring trailer. I'm paying attention. Don't worry.
What? No, I'm reading. What do you guys think about the new Elden Rings trailer that they showed? Oh, interesting.
Oh, the one that's happening right now. Oh,
Wow, this one?
looks
That's on the screen right now?
Oh.
I am not watching it. I'm not. I am paying full attention to the Twitter questions. What's in it?
Awesomeness.
Reverie Dawn says, "What is your
tornadoes-
favorite part
tornado
of the
fellatio?
anniversary event?" Tornado fellatio.
That's what's in this trailer?
Yes, definitely that. That's what I'm saying.
All right, what is your favorite part of the anniversary event?
The Magnum.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's a very fun gun.
Especially considering the catalyst gives you grenades. It's gonna. That's it for me.
Has anybody gotten Galahorn yet on the podcast? Have you guys gotten it? Okay, I haven't gotten it yet.
I did a catalyst run, so now I just need to actually finish the catalyst, which Dares of Eternity is actually perfect to finish the catalyst, because if you get the horse's favor, you constantly regen heavy ammo. So you can just sit there going boom, 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 boom. It's great.
Man, Star Horse is amazing.
Boom.
Boom.
Star Horse is my favorite
Boom, I'm
part
in.
of the 30th anniversary also. Yo,
Tornado
what the hell?
fellatio is my favorite part of the 30th anniversary.
Was there a doll in that trailer? My God. Anyways.
What's has gone to watch the trailer? She's
Yeah.
off.
She pieced out.
The fourth says, Smiling Games Goon of Fortune sounds hilarious. What other uniquely Australian party games do you know? For the rest of the cast, what animal would you name for an Australian squid game?
Hold up. Goon of Fortune, was that where you slap the bag around and it spins around and you got to suckle on the lore bag?
On the clothesline, yeah.
Yeah.
They're like,
That's
is it
great.
like tetherball, but with like a bag of wine?
Remember, Brian?
No, you know what a Hills hoist looks like? The clothesline? It's like it looks like okay. Imagine an umbrella, but without like the cloth on it. And so it's like a single pole. Then it's got lines going everywhere. Then like you hang your clothes so you can spin it around.
Sure.
Were you gone for that episode, Briar? I feel like you'd remember this. The Goon of Fortune would be like burned into your memory banks as something that
I like
probably...
the sound of it, to be honest with you.
So you get the wine in the bag, and you pin it onto the Hills hoist, and you'll stand around it, and then you spin it like basically Wheel of Fortune, wherever the bag lands on there, because it's adjustable height, so it's usually at head height, and you can just drink.
We used to play in high school. We used to play water polo with a bag of Franzia wine. You know, if you take a box of Franzia wine apart, there's a bladder inside filled with wine. And we used to play water polo with it, and the rule was that every time you caught the bag, you had to drink before you could throw it again. It was a ton of fun. I'm surprised we didn't drown.
Thinking of other uniquely Australian party games. I mean, we often play beer pong, but that's very American.
Yeah,
and that's not uniquely Australian.
Maybe it's worldly.
Worldly, yeah.
What animal would you name for an Australian squid game? What was the koala bear, the deadly koala bear you guys were talking about?
Drop bear games?
Drop bear. Yeah, the drop bear games.
Oh, yeah, drop bear. That'd be good. Yeah.
Are squids naturally deadly? I don't know. Like, if you should be afraid of a squid in the ocean.
Oh, absolutely.
What's the meaning behind the name?
Have you seen the beak on a squid?
No.
Oh,
yeah, like a beak.
It can easily take off a finger. Easily.
Yeah?
Terrifying.
How often do you see a big one?
I mean, I've never seen one, so fairly
What about
infrequently.
giant squids?
GI? What?
GI?
Giant
gastrointestinal?
squids.
Oh, giant, yeah.
Big, yeah, they're huge, right?
It wasn't until the 90s when scientists didn't believe sailors that those existed. And then they found one washed up on the shore in like the 1990s.
Yeah.
They didn't believe that existed.
Yeah, I feel
They're
like
huge. They're
you
like
know,
super long.
Yeah, if you suddenly found yourself swimming in the ocean and there was a giant squid, well, yikes.
Yeah. If you're ever cruising around on the Nautilus with Captain Nemo and were attacked by a giant squid, you would know just how deadly a giant squid could be.
Have you seen those people that like do work deep underwater and they like basically live in these little pods underneath the water so they don't have to keep coming up and decompressing? Yeah. It's terrifying.
Yeah, I've seen that movie. It was called The Abyss. It was awesome.
Terrifying.
Yeah, that's definitely one of those jobs that I would never, ever, ever want to sign up for in any capacity, no matter how much money.
Yeah,
there's money. There's the right amount of money.
Nope.
I like
definitely not.
Nah.
It sounds like a nightmare.
I don't think there is a right amount of money for that.
Sounds like a nightmare.
I really like scuba diving, so there's definitely the right amount of money for me.
Scuba diving's different. This is being in a pod, 1,000 feet deep in the ocean.
But the reason you're down there is to scuba dive all the time.
No, they're like fixing up pipes and stuff. They're like underwater welding shit together.
Right, but by going scuba diving.
Oh yeah, okay, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, at that point, isn't like the light basically not, or it's very dark down there because the light doesn't really penetrate that deep, so it's not really scuba diving.
I don't know how deep they're going.
Very deep. I think it takes them like 3 days to get back up. They've got like little stations they stay at and sleep at to acclimatize as they come back up. Big deep.
Yep.
There's a great documentary right now about Jacques Cousteau. I can't remember. I think it was on HBO. It's a great documentary. I didn't know he invented the scuba gear, the aqua lung. That was news to me. Did you guys know that?
No.
Anyhow, Rye No Sauce says, I'm loving the Aussie slang. I married an Aussie, and now I can get her to listen to the show with me. All is fair dinkum with love and war.
Solid fair dinkum.
We're sorry. We apologize for that, Mrs. No Sauce. Please accept the token of this piss-smelling shirt.
Yeah, maybe talk about the tornado fellatio for a bit. Understand what that's all about.
The old wind job, you know what I'm saying?
Help.
Question: if Bungie were to bring an Australian location into the game, where would it be? And what exotic weapon would you find there? That's a good question. Is there an exotic? Is there an iconic Australian weapon?
The boomerang, right?
Boomerang. It's got to be the boomerang.
Yeah.
It's got to be. And then what location? I mean, the only location I really know is like the Sydney Opera House and Ayers Rock. Ayers? Is it Ayers?
Ayers Rock.
Ayers?
Ayers Rock.
I don't suspect that Ayers Rock would be a particularly interesting destination because it's just one rock in like a completely flat area, right?
Well, some of the area, the Black Garden looks a little bit like Ayers Rock as it is. It's very flat and there's big. You know, if you made the Black Garden red, it would look like Ayers Rock a little bit. You know the same I'm talking about, where I think it's a stump actually. Yeah, it's like it's a bit like it. Yeah. We got a lot of coastal locations.
Oh, you could do a little
or desert. A lot of desert too.
Great Barrier Reef.
Yeah, underwater level.
Yeah.
Swimming in Destiny.
Find that giant squid.
No,
Catch hands
I
with,
disagree. There will be
catch
no
hands with that
swimming in
beak.
Destiny, please.
Swimming. Underwater swimming stage.
I think Watts is terrified of water stages too. Having to go underwater.
Do you remember when the demo or the pre-release version or whatever of Anthem came out and the swimming was so fucked up that everybody kept getting stuck. Like they had an underwater maze and it's like impossible.
Yeah, that was terrible controls for underwater. Oh my god.
Plu says top 3 favorite liquors and or beers. Mine personally is Fireball. Fireball whiskey is pretty fun. It tastes like a Fireball candy kind of.
Yeah, it's very Christmassy. Fireball. Yeah.
My mother just gave me she gave me a sip of pecan whiskey, pecan bourbon. It was delicious. I really liked it. It was only like 30% alcohol too, so it's not like knock you on your ass bourbon. It was good.
Nice.
I'm not a hard liquor drinker normally, but
we're making a lot of whiskey sours. That's my favorite probably cocktail at the moment.
Nice.
It's always a good time.
And you don't need expensive whiskey for it either, which is nice.
Yeah. I like Modelo.
I feel like Shirley Temples when he's on duty.
Modelo for me. If I'm gonna have a whiskey, usually bullet bourbon. But I've had Blanton's before. It was really good. It's expensive though.
There's no like you know how like I've heard, I don't know actually, maybe you guys can give me some advice on this because I'm a terrible wine buyer. I've heard that like $20 to $30 is like the kind of the sweet spot for buying a bottle of wine. Like you can, if you go under $20, you're generally gonna start losing quality that you could taste. But if you go over $30, you're usually not gonna be able to taste a whole lot of difference between like a $30 and a $50 bottle of wine. Is that true with bourbon as well? Is there a price point at which bourbon or whiskey is kind of like it's a safe bet?
I don't know.
Neither. Don't know.
I haven't had enough and haven't had, or I guess, yeah, I'm not sure how. I know like when I taste a whiskey that I don't like I know some other people might actually like it. Kind of like beer. Some beers I'm like, and then other people are like, that's my jam.
Yeah. Have you ever been like sitting there drinking a beer and you see somebody like drinking something and you're like, I can't believe that guy's actually putting that in his mouth. Like that stuff tastes so bad. You're like sitting there just like, I guess you're judging that person, but really you almost feel bad for him. Like, how are you?
Like every time Mylan's drinking Foster's.
Every time he whips out the Fosters, how dare you? What are you doing? What's wrong with you, Mylan?
It comes in such a big can. I understand it's a good value, but it just doesn't taste that good.
Yeah. Everything's big down under.
That's what they say. They make them big down under.
I'm being bullied and I don't like it.
Do you have tornadoes in Australia?
No.
No?
No.
There's no tornado fellatio?
No.
Does the wind blow hard?
What's the next question? Are we done?
Tourism says, did Briar Rabbit play marathon games? They pioneered mouse and keyboard mouse look and are the origin of Bungie making the beat feeling FPS.
Best
Feeling FPS. Cover Marathon 2 on RetroSlot. All 3 games are free on PC and iOS. That's a good idea. I have played Marathon, but not to completion. You're going to get... It'd be interesting to find out the relationship between Marathon and Doom and what really came first. But I do believe he's right about the mouse look thing. Because I don't think mouse look came to the id franchise until Quake.
Yeah.
At least looking up and down.
Yeah, it was Quake when you had free look.
Yeah. Lord Beerus has multiple like kind of rapid fire questions. So let's go. Taco or pizza?
Taco.
Pizza.
No, you don't know what a taco is. Could be a kebab.
That's right.
Wow.
Don't trust my lid on this. Gonna be having a kebab.
Taco. Mexican food or Italian? Mexican.
Ooh, right now, Mexican. That's tough.
Yeah,
That's
Mexican.
like 50-50 for me.
Probably Mexican, yeah.
I never order pasta at restaurants because it's one of the few things I can make at home really well. And I feel like I'm just like wasting my time if I get it at a restaurant. Water or Gatorade? Water.
Water.
Gatorade.
True gamer.
Yeah, I'm like, well, gaming. I've been slamming Gatorades before I go to jiu-jitsu training at the moment, so it's getting hot here in summer. There's nothing better than a cool drink.
New Pulse or Sword?
The
Sword.
BR?
BR.
Yeah. the
Oh,
BR.
you mean
We're talking
in
about
general? A beer.
BR.
Yeah.
Thing's nuts.
And we're not reading the last one. Beerus.
It was
Yes,
eating
we'll eat
Briar.
Briar,
Briar.
obviously. Fully basted.
Last question of the night. The Black Guardian says, question for Briar. Been enjoying RetroSlot. Any tips for getting started with collecting games or figuring out what your old games are worth? It's kind of a shitty time to start collecting games because the prices have gone astronomically high.
I've
trying to
watched
find
a
a
bunch of
local place.
videos about how retro gaming prices are like a scam or something. There's a bunch of videos about it. It's like skyrocketing.
Well, there's this grading company that's doing some really shady
Oh,
stuff.
that was
They're called WADA. And you
Whole
send
lot
in
of
your
WADA.
games and they grade them. But they're doing a lot of shady stuff, apparently. But just like the price of games have gone like crazy high during the course of COVID.
Yeah.
I would try to find like a local place that sells them. And, there's always going to be like that $2 to $10 range for like games you can go find. To figure out what they're worth, just look them up on eBay and see what they've sold for.
Yeah, you can always go to eBay and then go to sold listings and then go to, used. Well, obviously they're all used if they're games like that, but you can always just sort by sold and then see the most recent sales for things that you want to sell. And that tells you what people are willing to pay for your stuff.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning into RetroSlot, though. We've been really enjoying that show. I'm going to buy that t-shirt, too. The RetroSlot t-shirt looks fucking awesome.
That one looks awesome.
I want Ash's
Very cool.
Ash's art for RetroSlot. I mean, I thought she killed it for Side Quest.
Yeah.
But with RetroSlot, she did the art with the yellow, red, and white wires like you took up for VGA back in the day. And I was
great.
like, oh my God.
Yeah, she
killed
really killed it on RetroSlot and the little stamp of approval.
Yep.
It's all just it's all taken from retro gaming. It's perfect.
Approved.
Yeah.
Yeah, she really nailed it.
Cool. Well, I think that's the show, right? Did we solve all the things happening in Destiny?
Exciting times, man. Exciting
is
I mean, we got
times.
some follow-up for next week for sure.
Yes, obviously.
Yes.
I'll be looking
And,
to hear your opinion on Iron Banner, Briar, after all the slaying you've been doing.
No, I was talking about the questions that we didn't get answered.
All of the Iron Banner you've been playing, Briar. All of it.
On Sandbox. I want your Sandbox breakdown.
your
Briar.
analysis.
Briar's Sandbox breakdown.
Yeah. Speaking
7
of
seconds is too long. I don't want to sit here and just wait for 7 seconds to play video games. Why would you do that to me?
Speaking of Sandbox, Firing Range is going to be back next week, so they're going to have a in-depth look, and we'll be able to compare Briar's notes on what he's discovered from Iron Banner Sandbox to Firing Range, and we'll be. I bet
they won't be the same.
Be able to do some corrections. Yeah, we solved all the problems, answered everything. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Yeah,
go check out the store.
Yeah, and once
DCP,
again,
merch store.
Awesome,
I'll put a link
merch
in
right
the
there.
description for the YouTube video. Tactical Show, put a link in the description for the podcast.
Yep. Yeah, the shirts. There's several shirts, and we again shout out to Orcs at Orcs and Croat. He's on Twitter and does amazing art.
Yeah.
And you can pick up that design.
We're gonna be adding more stuff to that too. We're looking forward to this. It's gonna be a new thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, one last thing.
Yes.
We have heard that there are some weird ads playing on our podcast, and we just want you to know we don't choose those ads.
Yeah, we have no control over which ads are played per region, and the ads definitely do not represent our views.
Yeah, if you hear something where you're like, doesn't sound like DCP would be about that, you're probably right.
Yeah, exactly.
You're probably right.
Yep. So yeah, that's the show.
If you want a ad-free viewing experience, you can head over to Patreon.
That's true. That is where ad-free version exists. Yep. So yeah, thanks for watching episode 269, the sex version of the
sex tornado, sucky tornadoes.
The good suck tornado.
The good tornado fellatio.
Shout out to our Patreon members and our Twitch subs. You guys are awesome. Thanks for everyone tuning in, and we'll see you next week for some more things.
Send us pickies of you in your shirts.
Yep.
Yes,
bye, everyone.
Please.
All the pickies.
Bye.
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 Bye.